In this video we will bring AI in our workflow and we will make a sentiment analysis with an LLM. This is really practical. Just think for yourself. If you have, for example, a lot of reviews and maybe the reviews are really long, you want to have a small summary. You want to have one word, for example. It could be positive, it could be negative, it could be neutral, and you can eventually save these words in Google Sheets, in Airtable, or you can also send yourself a small mail with just one word. And in this video I want to show you how we can do this. So basically we press create workflow, and first we can start. We could start with a manual trigger and make this step by step, but let's just do the fast way. What I want to have right now is once again, of course, a on-form submission, so that we can simply do this. Just like in the real world, people would most likely fill out information about your business, tell you if you are good, if you are not good, and then you would get most likely a long text, but you just want to have a summary in a table or via mail. We should call this thing review, for example. Then the description, let's just say, how satisfied are you? Then the field name, let's just call it name. Text is fine. The placeholder, your name, for example, this should be a required field. Then we want to have a second element, the field name, your review, for example. It should be this time a text error, I think. Yes, text error is fine. And the placeholder, let's just say this right here once again. And I think we are ready here. I just no, this should be actually also a required field, and now we simply press test step. We should get this. So review, how satisfied are you? Your name, let's just say Arnie. Your review, I think this was a really good hotel room. I like that it is clean, and so on. And now we can press submit. And basically this should work right now. So the data comes through, this works for us. But of course we want to have a sentiment analysis, and we do this with AI. So we simply press plus, and what we want to do right now is to use a basic LLM chain. This is just easy stuff. So the basic LLM chain is absolutely enough. We do not need to have an AI agent. We just use the simple basic LLM chain. We press plus. We use, let's just say, OpenAI. You could also use Ollama later. I want to show you how you can connect open source LLM with these, but I just want to use OpenAI for right now. We use, of course, our API key. We need to use a model, let's just say GPT for Omni Mini, because this is smart enough for us. And this is basically right now set. This should work right now. But then we need to pass the data in the right format so that we get a nice little sentiment analysis. And the most important thing is that we need to have a prompt. So the user message and then also a system prompt. What we want to do right now is to press defined below so that we can eventually play with all of these things. Here on the text we press on expression, so this is basically the prompt that comes through. If you simply type in here hey and press test step, you will see that the AI will simply talk to you. So hello, how can I assist you today? So basically this is how you can talk to ChatGPT. And we want to throw something in ChatGPT. We want to throw the review into ChatGPT. And if we simply throw this review, so basically these lines, I think this was really good hotel room and so on. And if we press test step, of course, ChatGPT does not know how he should respond, how he should behave. It sounds like you had a positive experience and so on. But what we want to do right now is, of course, to have a sentiment analysis for these. And for that we press add prompt. We want to have a system message. We go on expression. We can make this big. And now we need to tell ChatGPT exactly how ChatGPT has to behave. You are an expert in sentiment analysis. You conduct evaluations and determine which of the three options applies: positive, negative, or neutral. You respond with only one word. And that's basically it. Our system prompt is right now set. And you see our review is right now, of course, positive. So this should be a positive review. If I press test step right now, we should get the word positive, of course. And if we do something else right now, if we simply, let's just say test workflow, and if, let's just say Arnie once again tells us It was a mess. I hate it. I think I will never come back. If I send this out right now, everything comes through, and also our LLM will say most likely negative. And then last test, let's just say, yeah, come on, let's just make a neutral rating here. Once again, Arnie, or let's just use another name this time. It was somehow okay. This should be neutral. Let's just send this out and see if ChatGPT was smart enough. Of course, it was smart enough. It is neutral. So basically, we have our sentiment analysis, and if people tell us on our website how they feel about our product, we will simply get one word if it's good or not. This is of course practical. And with this on-form submission, of course, we can save this in, let's just say, Airtable, Google Sheets, or also via mail. You can also update all of it. Let's just make a test. And then I want to show you a gigantic rating, and we compress it down into one word. And this stuff will really save you time because you don't have to read all of the stuff. So the only thing that we also need is, of course, the name. Of course, we can simply go into this thing and also tell that this thing should also extract the name. But what I want to show you right now is the set name, because with the set name we can simply hard code this name that comes from here. So we want to have this name hard coded, and it should always be up to date without the AI, because it will save some tokens. We simply press plus, we use a merge node. Let's just press on this thing right here. Use combined. We use position. Two options, just name and the review. Let's just see. I want to close this down, and then we see how this is working. Let's just delete this for 1 small second. What we want to do is to connect this thing right here and also connect this thing right here with this merge node. So let's just make it a bit cleaner. This should be nice right now. Now let's just open this up. So basically the name should come through. This is from input 1. And then from the basic LLM chain, neutral comes through. Let's just test this thing out. So test workflow. Let's just say this time, Maria, I think it was great. Submit. Everything comes through. So we go into the LLM chain. The LLM chain says positive. The name gets passed into the merge node, and the merge node tells us Maria, and it's positive, of course. And what we want to do is to simply save this stuff right now. Let's just say in Google Sheets or an Airtable or wherever you like. What we want to do is right now to press plus. Let's just make this a little bit cleaner once again. This is fine. Plus, let's just use, for example, Google Sheets. We press on Google Sheets, append row in a sheet. You need to connect your Google account, of course. I hope you know how you can do this. You already saw how you can connect your Google account, so I have simply done this. Then the resources, sheet within a document, this is completely fine. Operation, append row, and then we need to have a document and we can choose it from the list, and then we also need to have the list. I just want to go into Google Sheets. This is a test. Let's just give this a better name. So this is a test. It's completely fine for us. We just want to use this thing right here. We come back. We press from list. We use this is a test. Then from list 1. So it's basically this thing here. Map each column manually. Let's just do this a little bit different. We go into Sheets and we give here names. Let's just say the same thing as comes through here, so name, and we also want to have the review. This is this text here from the merge node. Let's just call it review. This should be fine right now. We come back, we press on these, we press on refresh. Now we have name and review, the stuff that we have typed in here. And here on name, of course, we throw in the name. And on review, we throw in from the merge node the review that is here in text form. So now we press test step, and basically we should simply throw right now Maria positive in our Google Sheets, Maria positive. And let's just test the whole workflow here. We just save it from time to time. We give it a name. let's just say sentiment check. Now we press test workflow. We say that this time Peter, and Peter loves to write. Peter wants a big field. Peter tells us something like this. I recently had the pleasure of staying at hotel name, I don't need this. This is just a review that I have made with ChatGPT. So basically, Peter likes to tell us a lot of stories and we just want to know if he likes it or not. So what we do right now is to press submit, of course, and then everything will come through. Let's just see, boom, there we have it, everything got through. And if I go into Google Sheets, Peter tells us it's positive. This is exactly what happened. If you press on these, you can see what we did. This is the prompt or the review that Peter gives us. So the name is Peter, and Peter tells us with a lot of words that he likes it in our room. Then if we press the next thing, it goes into a LLM chain. The LLM chain makes this sentiment analysis because we gave him this system prompt and we also threw the text in as the prompt and we simply extracted if it's positive or not. If we go out here, you see that we also have this merge node. You can eventually also skip this merge node and simply tell the basic LLM chain that he should also extract, for example, the name and the review and output it as JSON, but I think it's better to hard code these with a merge node. So we simply merge these two things together so that we get the name Peter and also the review. And we simply give here two outputs and these two outputs go into this Google Sheets. And here we can simply connect this Google Sheets with our normal API keys and so on. You know how to do it. You do it with the Google Cloud Console, or you can also work in the web application. By the way, right now I'm working in the web. Then we can simply throw in our Google Sheet. We use the table. We map each column manually. We can simply update it as soon as we give our names here. And then we can simply throw in the name and the review from the merge node, and then we are ready to rock. Congratulations, you absolutely know how you can make a sentiment analysis with an LLM, and this is a workflow that is really practical. This is a workflow that can save you also some time. And let's just say you don't like to have this with Google Sheets. You can simply go here on with Google Sheets. You simply delete this. Let's just say you do not like to have this. You can also go on and delete this if you want. Also that. Let's just make it really easy. You also tell the name. We throw the name in here. We also give this name here. Test step. Positive Peter. Now we get 2 words. And now we want to send this with a mail. So we press plus. Gmail. Send a message. Gmail account is connected. Message. Send. Now we throw in an email address. The subject is of course the text from the basic LLM chain. It's in HTML, this is just a test. Excuse me, we need to have the message. The message is of course this right here. And the subject, let's just say review. Excuse me. Now we press test step. It is sent. And now we have the mail, so the review. Positive from Peter. And you can also extract this right here. Of course by clicking add options. Appended N8N attribution, and we close this down. So this is basically the easier automation. If you want to have it with Gmail, for example, just with this LLM chain, you can totally do it just like normal. Let's just test once again, so test workflow. Let's just say Maya, I love it, submit. It gets sent out, review comes through from Maya, and it's positive. And now let's just reconnect it with Google Sheets. We delete this. We go on the basic LLM chain. So you should know how this works. So now we simply delete this once again. You can simply do this however you want. With one word, we delete this right here. We want to have once again the merge node. We connect this right here and this down here. We test once again. And this time, Jana, I hate it. Submit. It comes through. And in the Google Sheets, once again, Jana, negative. So I hope you see how all of this is working. It's really easier than you think. You can work with all of this stuff and just make it however you want. You have really endless possibilities. Right now you know 2 possibilities to make sentiment analysis with LLMs that are really practical, because this stuff saves you time. You build it out once and you can analyze sentiments all day long. Have fun with these. And of course you also can reconnect Ollama, DeepSeek or whatever you like. See you in the next video.